call the special meeting of the Lompoc City Council for Thursday, May 9th, 2024 to order. Madam Clerk, would you please call roll?
Councilmember Ball.
He is absent with a family emergency.
Councilmember Starbuck.
Present.
Councilmember Vega.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Gilda Cordova.
Here.
Mayor Janelle Osborne.
Here. Please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, before we begin the new business, I will toss it to City Manager because not only is Councilmember Ball not here due to a family emergency, but
we also won't have the consultant available. We were hoping Jeff Blanway, I know you're going to do a great job, Mr. Garcia, but so staff was hoping that we might consider rescheduling this. And plus, it's a pretty important item, and if we're going to have a lot of 2-2s, you might want the whole council. It's up to you guys, though.
okay. So before we go down the path of discussing anything, I will make a motion to postpone this and reschedule it and look for a second and then a vote. Madam Cordova.
The consultant just couldn't be here, and he was the one that was going to be presenting the information.
Answering a lot of questions is what I understand, right?
Yeah,
Helping
Christy,
clarify.
did you want to address that?
He was just going to be, if we dug into environmental, providing input there, which we shouldn't be, but, you know, never know which way we're going to go.
I'm okay with postponing if it means having the consultant here. That would be my main priority. And obviously, Councilmember Ball, I'm sure.
So is that a second?
Yes.
All right. So a motion and a second. Let's vote to postpone. And that passes 4-0. My request will be that staff coordinate with us on whether it's another special meeting or if there's a future agenda that's light enough to put this on, and let us know so that we can make sure and have everybody here. Is there anything else the city clerk needs before we adjourn? All right, we will adjourn until, Councilmember Starbuck.
I'm trying to choke down my Milky Way real quick. But before you bang the gavel,
Yeah.
could I make a suggestion that everybody has the input?
Yep.
And I mean, there's a lot of items on here.
Yep.
You look and there's, 66, I guess? If everybody could review it, and we'll look at the very first, let's look at line item 4, where it says remove at the far end, comment to remove. If everybody here agreed and just jotted remove and we could get these back to Brian, it would probably cut this list down half easily. And that way we could discuss what there's disagreement on.
Is that legal?
So, Councilmember, are you making a motion specifically to...
I just started off with a suggestion. I just throwing
And I just
out.
want to make sure that if we each mark this up, given it was the ad hoc that started with this, and this comes from the ad hoc, and if we're not having a public meeting and we mark it up and we give it back to staff so staff can see where we agree, we don't see where we're agreeing, but staff can see that, so that when we come back to it again, the list has been shortened even more. I don't want to put us in violation of not having a transparent discussion. That's my only concern.
Yeah, I would need to get back to you on that specific question, but it would probably be, if you have specific concerns, to have that conversation with staff and then come back at the next meeting and then have that open discussion.
Okay.
I didn't hear all
So
of that.
basically what he was saying is that if we have individual concerns, definitely reach out to staff, but if it turns into a decision made of
Oh, yeah.
removing something,
Yeah.
that we shouldn't do it. So rather than your idea of we all mark it up and give it to staff, have conversations, but not hand back something that is a decision made outside of a transparent meeting.
Yeah, but it would be your decision, and Councilmember Vega, Councilmember Cordova's decision, and then it would be a correlation. If 5 people said, we agree, let's remove line item 4, it would show up on the next meeting, remove, wouldn't need, or, wouldn't need to discuss it. But if it was an item that there was a 3 or...
Because this is already a public document, and because we were going to meet on it, my concern is that if we mark this up individually without saying anything and hand it back and pull, suddenly 10 things are gone after this has been a public document, that's all I'm looking for clarity on. If it's not a problem for each of us to individually mark this up, give it back to you, and we don't know that it was all 5 of us or it was 3 of us that caused it to be removed and move on, so it's not discussed, I don't have a problem with it. I'm not sure it's legal, given this is already a public document.
Right, and I would concur with the Madam Chair. I think, again, if you want to submit your own individual comments to staff, that's fine, but then to come back and then discuss what the body as a whole wants to do as an action, rather than have the action happen
Prior.
with staff, that would be, that wouldn't be the right way to
So
do
the
it.
clarity is, we absolutely can do that, but if something is about to be removed, it still has to remain on this list, and we have to reaffirm it in public that we're all removing it.
That's correct.
Okay, all right. Council member, who was next? Cordova.
I think I was next.
Go ahead. It's okay, you're gonna take it
I
anyway.
was just gonna, no, yeah, I was
You're
just,
gonna take it anyway.
no, I was just gonna say that, wouldn't that remove, if we did it in that manner, wouldn't that remove our ability for public comment intake anyway? So I don't think
Yeah.
that would be,
But by doing it the second way, where we did let them know what our personal stance was, as long as it remained on the list, and it went through and said, we're recommending pulling this because we've gotten feedback that a majority would like to see it pulled, that would give a chance for public comment, and then we would actually remove it at the meeting. It wouldn't be removed ahead of time, there would just be a recommendation to remove it, because a majority gave feedback that it might be something they were agreeing in.
but I hear you, Councilmember Starbuck, and mine's marked up, so I hear you.
Okay. Again, just trying to make sure we don't misstep, given the importance of the general plan. Councilmember Vega.
I'd like to make sure that we do this as a special meeting again, instead of trying to squeeze it in, as you mentioned, to an agenda item, because this is a lot of stuff all at once, and I think people are gonna lose focus. So anyway, a suggestion to staff, if we could make that happen, that'd be better, I think.
Okay.
We'll send out some dates and try to coordinate that where everyone can attend.
Okay. Any other questions? Any other clarity? Any other concerns? All right, seeing none, we will adjourn this meeting to the next Lompoc City Council regular meeting at 6:30 p.m. on May 21st. Thank you.